It's gonna be weird for EG to play against this, because I mean, you wouldn't be cracking against this, that's for sure. Let's see how they deal with it. EG on defense, NRG on attack.
And honestly, as well, I think half my brain power are going to be committed to just working out what this comp can do differently to what we've been seeing all season long from Lotus gameplay. More standard stuff that EG are running. Of course, you can see that snake bite is forced out nice and early here by nature. In fact, it doesn't really have anything else towards it.
Okay, so B, C default, B into C default with the Brim smoke here to take map control.
Marved is very committed. It's these kind of positions that you can really punish.
And then now they're in position to push over towards A, and then if they want to, pivot over towards B.
Doing that silent jump just to make
Ball
sure
comes in to commit towards A, so Cypher goes.
Open wide though, flash over the top.
Honestly, this round was played pretty nice.
Down in a pretty rapid fashion though, along with the paranoia. It's going to be buying time for the reinforcements to arrive. Boombot broken just in time. Another flash as well. Good connection, but a blind fire. Who will be winning the day out? Looks like NRG for now. Nade rebounding. Beautiful. Nature out wide. It's very good in terms of the util, and it's found them disadvantaged position in a 1v3 for Apov. Victor's goes back towards
all the other rounds look as good as this round, then it should be pretty nice.
No, he wants to peek for it. Cool. Wants to make a go of it still. It's NRG with a pistol round win.
Yeah. Pressure, especially early B pressure. And then they take over towards A, so it's starting to look like a split, so it pulls people over a little bit over towards B, and then they just hit over towards A. But they were so on top once this boombot came out that this crunch was going to happen. And then they had this pause is becoming pretty important. Let me highlight it. Like this. But someone hitting here, ready to dodge util and be able to swing, is getting more and more common. Because people, every time they do this wall now, a lot of times have like trap plays there. Like this pause is becoming the one.
Justified in terms of wanting this kind of swap. Because that's much more similar to how Evil Genius is used.
They love a 5-person buy though, so every kill matters.
Nature close to the angle, it's all watched.
Yeah, at least they swung into it, right?
So another thing to note here as well, Brandon,
if they get any
because we haven't seen NRG play Lotus at all this year, we don't know how long they've been practicing with this comp. Yeah. We don't know whether EG have seen it in scrims. They might have played against each other, you know, earlier on, you know, kickoff time, and have some idea that NRG were going to bring this out or what kind of things they're going for. Whereas we're just kind of running blind. We're just reacting.
Just have to keep an eye on this.
All thinking about how teams like Na'Vi have used similar kind of comps in the past.
Definitely lose this gun.
Decent synergy between stuff.
Just needs one kill, one death.
Good at being able to control the rubble line, and then you've got these flash dizzy combos. They should be pretty potent.
Opens up the door to distract, and there's the 2 kills, so they can just chill now.
Kills as well as that. He's already earned up a showstopper. As good as a beginning as you can really hope for right now for NRG.
And Victor gets it, but he already had his ult, so let's pick up the gun, so they just lose the stinger. It's not too bad at all. They can throw some kind of pistol over towards. Do they even have a pistol to throw over? They will.
Them really early on to avoid a snowball from happening. It is tough to stop a showstopper on the attack side.
Ace Taker 420. Thank you so much, man.
And Lotus is just trying to mitigate. You know, just
thank you very much, man. Appreciate the tier 1. Thanks for the half a year.
Fashion with a bit of a snowball.
One of the things I'm looking at is this setup over towards C.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see what they got planned for the Razor.
One of those high trips, but instead Apot's gone with a much deeper trip on site and one for info on
Insta cam to spot over towards B with a straight up pop. The satchels are nice there here early, and he has owned that. Jorgamo gets one back over towards. What is this?
He's feeling that heat, has to let loose now with the boombot. It's led him directly into the target. Necessary kill with Mark falling.
And his confidence is crazy. He's picking up orbs.
Old now available, and with the door switch, they hit this one and they want to go into a rapid approach once more.
Oh my god, he's sick. Dude, I just want to watch just his POV. Like, I actually just want to watch the whole map on his POV right now.
You'd have to be precise and snappy with a lot of these shots. Haunt. One more layer to really overcome, and he can't quite land it. Tapping away with the Guardian.
Really sick round from him.
Well navigated by EG, I will say.
Yeah, great work. The fact that Jorg is able to go.
In terms of the actual like overall picture, they did a good amount of damage.
Showstopper of his own online. They crack open the hit. Love this re-clear of Marv's position too. But then
Look how crazy those trades are. Did it ever look like you were... Did it ever look from NRG's POV like you could ever get 2 kills there at any point during that? I don't think so.
Up with a slight advantage heading in here, but it's nowhere near the cascading avalanche.
There's no way anyone got more than a single kill.
Pressure is put back on NRG.
I guess what I was talking about in terms of the damage done to people. So you would see a low buy depending. I mean, you can see a low buy whoever loses it. Camera still goes in, getting full info towards B. I feel like EG needs to try and find out about this at one point and kill it pretty early, because this gives them some great info.
How that clash would go.
Cage behind it early as well. They're kind of using it like how some ciphers, more the old default that ciphers used to do on
over towards Mound. It'll just give EG such great
ascent on B.
Info as to whether NRG are
Cage in front, camera behind.
Poised for a C push.
They're recording on for the C's as well. Combos up with a nade nicely in case they overstep themselves. Paranoia, or at least the Prowler, I should say. Let's get that connection. Demon 1 tagged up as well, finally, by that cam that we were talking about. I know these trips been broken, Josh, when we're approaching about 40 seconds into the round.
Yeah, this is getting late round.
Yeah, the call comes in to bust over towards here. We've got 1 kill trip. They have no breach.
Cage to play into it as well. Lit up Victor. Going for another swing.
Big grave. 25 seconds. They just pivot towards B. Got Trip. The Trip's down, obviously. And Derek has a tether. Oh, dude, the timing on that is insane. And then the spam after they just take a little bit of damage from it. The Omen Flash is insane as well. Holy, the Omen Flash hit the other 3. Yeah, and NRG need to be doing a little bit more to try and get some of this util out, it feels like.
Where they've still got such large pieces of defensive utility late in the round to go for a flood like that. Paranoia's still there, Seize is still there, and they're finding huge value because NRG's timing is really predictable. Partly because there's only 15 seconds left on the clock.
It is that. They waited a little bit long.
A great round
again,
from Evil
massive
Geniuses,
swing round like we said,
slowing things
and
down
NRG have the eco. Every time they've had an eco so far, at least in the other map, they used to absolutely send it fast. Sheriffs, Stinger, Armor.
And this C-mount take, you can't really fight over this one if you are EG. You have to give up and concede that space.
I think that stun is really good, and what a shot from Marv.
Caught by the trip, luckily no one there to play off of it.
Yeah, it kind of gets good info that no one's there though, so you can just send it a little bit.
This guy is just running all over them. Footsteps made, and he's caught the
It might be a hero play, might be a solo round.
Off and online, the Iceman himself. His team can't get it done. He certainly will. He's caught all sorts of distractions.
What a ridiculous classic Marv play.
Breaking past his own limitations here. Dropped down to 73 health, but look at all the space he's created for them. The A side's theirs. And EG have to give it up. The round's over just like that.
Yeah. Not even going to go for it.
The Marved Cypher.
I think I understand this to a certain degree as well. When Ethan's one away from the ult, they don't want to give away any of these snowball possibilities again.
Yeah, and Jorgamo only on 200 credits. So just not feeling like they want to go for that. But yeah, Crashy's got his Thrash online.
Got
just
some
with the
nice
plant.
upgrades from this.
What a round from Marved.
What a shot this
We're
first
talking
one.
about the fact that Cypher is not traditional for him, but the lurking style absolutely is.
It's Forsaken-esque.
And what an aggressive timing to find, recognizing.
Yeah, it kind of feels similar a little bit to like the Lev Com move, right? Right, he just likes to
Because
lurk.
that's how people standard play their defense.
Just give him
and
a
just
natural lurk roll.
Instantly pathing forwards.
Yeah.
Even getting caught by the trip and not letting that psych him out.
Do I like the NRG comp? You're gonna ask me that while Doom Bros is in here?
Trip. And he still found that angle underneath to win the Cypher 1v1.
It's one of the things.
I honestly don't know where I sit at. I'll be honest. I've watched Navi play it like what, 6 times. I still have no idea how I feel about it. Because sometimes it really hits or sometimes it flops, and it feels like I've never seen an in between to it. But I actually have no idea.
Go for those throughout the series,
really know.
I'm sure. But it needs to be underpinned by a really good big picture idea as well. And so that's what I'm looking for in this round from NRG. We've seen this Mound take. The stun looks good. It's very difficult to contest. Can you actually convert that into a sight hit? This time mixing things up, going for the flash.
Kind of spot on, yeah. So really it has felt like that. I've never seen you guys have like a close game on it. It's either a blowout or you go wrecked. Like 13-5 all the time, I swear.
Posted Victor up deep as well towards C.
Just either way.
NRG have to re-clear rubble. That was taken, so they're going to use the fault line, mosh pit.
A nice flash line up
Combination of the util to take at least back a bit of that space, and they're keeping Victor still into position. So
it's where are we at in terms of this? We got so much money from this. I mean, we might even be able to have drops, to be fair. This is a big run for EG, so they're going to see most of their offshoots into it, at least the Fatal. Speaking of Fatal, there we go. Hits 2 after the door gets hit. Prowler goes in.
That might be all the read they need here. EG might just start to rotate some players up and away, and already they
The fact that it hit 2, and most people don't fake with 2, you could just head over towards C, you would imagine. And have numbers close.
But NRG are not committing anywhere, and there's still
Dude, where are they going? I don't know where they're going. We've got 30 seconds left.
Just forced the hand of these EG players, but are backed away entirely. No detainment. Superman is taking out Demon 1. Marved. They're aware of the low possibilities, but again, he has
Omen
to
flash over towards it. Superman know about
what
what is going. Look at the spike. He doesn't know where to go. Holy hell, man.
Unraveling the thread that is this round, having to commit and stick this.
Alright, just give me the TMV video, man. Just give me the TMV video. I get it. Someone post me already. It might be up.
Snappier for NRG.
Yeah.
Make a call. What are you doing
I
in that
might already
moment
be
when the
uploaded,
nightfall
man.
hits?
You're seeing the same problems rear its head.
Honestly, TMV's watching this, and at the same time on his second monitor, he's just over here, just like making the thumbnail, looking at pictures of himself with like a shocked face.
You're right, it's too slow. By the time you're actually
Searching for melons on Google Images.
Yeah, I mean, they really have been watching the Navi.
You know, you guys know what I mean. Not that. Not the other type of melons,
That round,
obviously.
though, gotta give credit to Marv. They
PC
knew that he was
version.
coming. Apoth had already seen the Marv
okay.
look on the cam, and Marv still got a kill and took 2 people on a merry fence.
I said it and I was
Marv's
like, well,
take the timings to get the kills, and he's going to make it easier for NRG, but I still haven't seen that good attack side that we need evidence of.
Nice movement from Victor. Ooh, bit of a... Okay. Friendly fire there with a fault line. Superman's not going to be pushed away from this triangle so easily.
Fast on this one.
Control of this. And with EG layering down the pit on the
Fast
other section
A
of the
control.
map, out towards the C main choke.
Question mark created. No one anywhere else, but they have the camera, so they can pivot over towards B if they want to. All goes in.
Yeah, I don't think you can clear the pit very well with this composition. You don't have prowlers to follow.
Yeah.
You don't have like a nice.
It's a nice ult we can go towards here, pretty passive.
They don't even have the Omen ult to get on the other side of the pit like we've seen.
What trip is this? Is this trip or this trip?
EG, they just know that the C site is locked down under nature's control.
That's why they're stacking 4 players, B, A area. Prowler in the mid round by Derek. It's both of them going to be used. Peeks out wide, sees, nades, just missing.
Still kind of nice though. I like the idea. Okay, so I mean we have no real options.
Do they use this timing?
Do they have options? Does this camera allow you to just pivot over towards B even though you have no pressure here? So you can see all of this. Kind of does. All goes in. Does hit 1. No tether this time. Omen flash. Wait, that Omen flash. Does that hit? Wait, that did hit. That was sick. Derek did so good on this. Massive duel. Okay. Still super doable. Another massive duel coming in.
2v2. They can isolate this fight here. Snake bite. Mosh pit. Meeting the match. Superman.
Oh my. Dude, Superman did an Omen flash from like the top of stairs over towards Hobbit that looked so nice. And that stopped them from flooding in and maybe gave Derek a chance to hit the double kill. I don't know if he got maybe like got a better position because of it.
That's a spot where you should be going
Yeah, because he was stunned, and the stun wore off because they got hit by the Omen flash. Man, that was impressive, bro. Not even the 2K here. His flash before this was really sick.
To get the plant down in a scrappy situation, all flooding through that breakable door.
Yeah, he gave Derek the time to make sure he wasn't stunned. Who is this? I think like this. Pretty much.
Some sluggishness with the way
I think it ends just on this bit, so maybe it like wouldn't hit those people in the corner here, but it hit both of them.
When you have these big ults like the showstopper, Victor's earned it again. It is a weaker buy, so he's probably not going to want to offload it. But you think about some of these rounds they were playing, it was Victor just using it right off the rip.
Yeah.
Fast tempo plays. Whoa. That's a nice one to find.
Yeah, that's a jump peak.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see it, but I heard it, and there was 1 bullet.
Yeah,
so that's gonna look nasty.
I'm pretty sure that's a jump peak. I'm looking at X. Feels a little bit far back.
Marv's getting squished outside B.
this kill onto him, at least to try and make it a bit
A good reaction from them. Imagine he can get one. Okay, and now this is going to be a hard retake. The good news is the NRG have used an ult into this one, and there was an empty site anyway. Demon 1 kill away, Crash is 1 kill away from their ult. And money's relatively low, so 1-9 loss bonus would mean an eco.
Really quite fast. They need to clear out rubble. It's one of the things that they're quite concerned about here. Aftershock. Pushing them back, flip the switch, forcing Ethan towards the back of the site.
Lord is on how long does Apoth just relax here. Relax. I'm surprised he got one.
And done there, traded out.
Yeah, I think he needed to real late play. Like, you look at how much map control they have here. It needs to wait for the others to go, and then he late plays. He went a bit too early in my mind. Still impressed he got a kill, though.
And I think a good usage of the showstopper there. Hopefully we get
let's see this shot then. Give him this one tap.
He was to play with a Vandal. Put that hero rifle.
Jump spot? Oh, just a jiggle.
Yeah. And now one shot, that's the level of Demon 1 precision that we know and love. And yet haven't been seeing a ton of recently. Not one left. But he is very comfortable on smokes. And now EG dropped down onto an eco. First one that I can remember seeing from them. With how dominant Ascent was.
Mixing up the way that Marv's playing. It's normally front section of B this time. He is alone.
He's always so aggressive in these spots.
There's so much danger. There's so much danger. Crosshair placement, though, is quite ideal for it. Satchel! Oh my god, he's disrespected him!
How?
I love the way that
That's
plays.
crazy.
He's got to be one of the most entertaining players to watch.
Moving like that.
I'm telling you, man, I would watch his POV. On top of this as well, he goes back over towards A, he picks up the orb, so no matter what, he gets his ult into the next round, give him a kill, he gets his ult into this. Demon 1 also has ult.
They have util available for them. Jugmo down and out. Sheriffs.
Yeah, Jugmo has ult for next round.
These shots here. Crash is even feeling like he had to use the thrash into this particular position.
This plant spot, yeah, it's like the new common plant spot for Mounds, so you can kind of see it here. You don't see them if they're like at the back here, but you know that's the only place they can defuse from. So this is like the most common the most common plant people are going for now. This is great damage though. The Witcher fan, 1, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 2 months. Thank you for the tier 1, bro.
Sure there was
Appreciate
even
that.
enough time for him to run back had he got the kill. But they certainly gave it a good old college try. Watching Marv's POV.
Yeah, give me this.
Jesus, man. He's put himself on such aggressive spots.
Just before he hits, it's literally just, it's like a movie, man. It's just before he hits the trip as well.
Himself to be able to win any fight against any number of players.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I respect the confidence, but I think EG have got enough ideas that they're going to be able to punish him eventually.
Yeah, they're feeling it.
Evil Genius is now, though, taking a tactical timeout, looking to try to reassess what's going on. And to be honest, the 2 big rounds that NRG have won, one was because Marv got a super aggro lurk towards B and was forcing the fight, and he won it. And the other is because Demon 1 was able to get that entry on A and they followed up on an eco round.
Yeah.
The rest have just been because NRG were rifles versus eco. So I don't think there's too much for EG to necessarily adjust here. They have massive ultimates. This is already a good defense half, I think.
Yeah, not too many tangibles to grab hold of. Might be just looking to cook someone up themselves, like you said with the
I mean, they got some good ults. They can definitely make sure they can win rounds.
The first thing that comes into my head is the idea of going for the Prowler aggressively out here and trying to use the Showstopper to get onto Marv, which is something that other teams have run against EG pretty often, and Apoth has sometimes fallen to it. I get in punishes
Okay, change up in terms of the default though. I mean, last round they did the same thing, right? Camera out.
Both teams kind of rotating the map on each other, but Marv this time taking a more passive route, respecting the fact that he got pushed previously. He doesn't want to tangle with it, but EG are faking that control.
Now Gido contacted quite close to the corner.
No one here. I mean, he shot that pretty fast.
Only a moment here for Victor. Can deal with
Do they get a plant down? Is this some kind of molly nade combo with a Teva? Well, honestly, get that guy, man. Throw some more in.
Now time bought. EG, Nightfall.
3?
The senses cut away.
They get a lot of info.
They want to try and pivot into B. Who's going to be leading the charge from his Ethan?
His trips are doing bits.
Also line, Norofet gives him all the info. And a key reposition now. He's going to be cutting up close and tight to these corners. There are no gaps right now in the EG's playbook.
They could have held there on C.
It's kind of nice though from EG. They still haven't.
That push and tried to pause the round and freeze. And instead,
Do they still going to expect them to have two-person setup on A? Not a chance. Bro, I don't think they check Ape off.
It's an off angle. Might choose to just peek it here in forward cam. Seeing it now and hearing it. Footsteps rumbling forward towards him.
I mean, Marv considered it for sure.
At least on the side of NRG. The two can stand here to try and get this plant down over towards A.
I don't see how they're stopping Jorg.
Yeah, and here it is. Showstopper. Basically let the fuse burn out. You need a kill to be found. But Steven One has dropped one player. The stand crashes. He's just being isolated, locked down in a position, rooted, a tap, 6 seconds.
Oh man, just as he went for the other tap. Derek's been consistent and reliable. He really has in this team. He's probably the only one that, like, from the beginning that was keeping up like a really good level.
I think one of the big problems,
and then now past 2 weeks, everyone seems to be
every
stepping
single
up.
map on their attack side is that they're always trying to find the weak spot in their opponent's defense.
Yeah, look at those two at the back,
So
man.
here, for
They were
example,
not
they
expecting
realized
this
that
guy. It was
everybody
only
from
Marv that
EG
was
is
aware.
ready to flood defend C, so they tried to pivot out and go B. But the problem with that is, the problem with that is it's easier for the defenders to anticipate those kind of rotates. And in this game, you can throw down so many mollies, seizes, paranoias, all these kind of things to make that an impossible pivot. They haven't dealt with the trip. Ethan just dies to that instantly. Yeah. They need to add a few more of these freezes into their game, where they just pause, try to re-clear areas of the map that their defenders are fighting over. I think it's a really big mindset issue that's currently stopping NRG from reaching their potential, but EG doing a stellar job of punishing that. Chet's going to try and fix things for the last 2 rounds of the half. The money is still in an all-right position, unless NRG lose the upcoming one.
Comes down to this. Do you have the orbital
Where
shot
is the money after this? Okay, it is a big round for everyone involved.
Like
Might be worth to. I mean, we're out here with no money. NRG, did they actually lose this? 2-4? They would have a horrendous buy for their last one.
Right now, a lot of eyes looking towards the B site.
Yeah, certainly looks like we're going to see an early stun on B with Victor trying to follow up on it.
Actually,
they're just doing that normal cage, making it feel like it's only Marv to
deeper
get towards
camera. There's no one seen this yet.
If they bait Jorg and Derek into fighting,
yeah, this guy didn't go wide enough to see this camera. Okay, now. Yeah, I actually think he picked it up, right?
So far, very interesting looking wall. Not really seeing too much more.
I think maybe he got shot.
He's crashes. He's hunting for
Let me
this
just cycle
cam.
this.
Pesky problem. Did he have to dislodge?
There's that Prowler. Quite
Okay,
late
yeah,
into
he
the
did
round,
pick
the
up his
second Prowler
camera,
from
okay.
Derek to put a bit of pressure onto Marv, and the rest of the team at this point had kind of rotated off.
Yeah.
So
I'm a bit worried for NRG though, still at this point, Josh.
Well, a 1 minute re-clear of rubble I think is pretty standard. This isn't too bad, but they don't have that normal Viper wall that they can put up and drop.
They reclear. See, at one point how they're so confident.
They're headed towards A.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of utility expended just to
They
take
have
that
info
mosh
trip.
pit flash, fault line stun.
They can pivot
Looking
B
like a pivot B.
because Marv is in a nice spot.
Oh yeah, monster
But the squeeze will be a good call to do. And it looks like that's what they're going to be trying to do. Snakebite down at the feet. Looking down one angle. And it has just put a bit of a pause into the round, but maybe firepower can do it.
Lovely jump out, man.
It's just messing up the
Victor
aim.
did so
enough
good
for
on
his
this.
team to really get into the fight. Nade rebounding will disrupt
And
it
Derek's a
again.
beast, bro. Realized the one was over towards here because obviously the fish went out and people had to follow it. Fade eye on top gets the important kill. It's still so hard to do, but that's unlucky. It was lovely. Dude, Victor had a great round too.
So 2 to stand here into this retake. Do EG still want to make a go of things? Jorgamo finds a kill. It's a little bit messy. Bulldog doesn't make it a clean job, and so there's still some fight left for these EG players. They do want to make a go of this one. Hearing that reload up high.
Okay, nice. This was a nice round from them, though. This was a really, really nice round.
We're just going to be narrowly taking the lead.
Again, Victor
I think
deserves such a shout out.
NRG called out the attack timeout. They do so much on their attack round there that has been tripping them up before. They go and insert Marv into a deep position on B with the rest of the team ready to punish in case Marv got challenged. They also cleared out Mound. They didn't break the trip, but they cleared Mound. Then they went back to A and had the option of pivoting B. That's how you work the map properly. That was a lovely round called by Ethan, with Chet assisting out of the attack timeout. And it's dropped the economy of EG and set NRG up for a 7-5 half if they can just convert this one.
That's where the importance lies. And you can see just the fault line being held. The UI element.
Yeah, dude, look at this buy. That round before pretty much was worth 2, unless we see something crazy. Rubble goes in, they can at least clear this camera, so they create pressure here. All info of C though, so they can 2-2, and then maybe just gamble at one point with info trip.
Oh yeah.
As soon as the snake goes out, you're like, right, I know exactly where the Vipers stood.
Should be quite predictable, but I'm choosing to do it. Nature jiggling. Dodging everything. Now to Util Kitchen. Sing being sent at him. And they do eventually isolate it. Stunned up. Jorgamo still in the cage. Fading away. Gives him that opening. Satchel forwards. And around to the corner here. NRG not going to be given that easy access over towards the A side.
Yeah.
They can't find
1-2. Man, these, I tell you, man, Derek is so good right now.
Pieces in NRG's camp.
Jorgamo did great as well.
They had a big ult.
This has been a pretty sick Lotus right now, apart from a couple of the mad rounds that were early on.
And pretty 6-6. Unless Marv can just go huge and nuclear, it's not likely though.
It's got 20 seconds left. It's an impossibility. The rest of the team just looking to focus on their defense half at this point, I think. Well wishes to Marv. Give it the best shot. And Jorgamo taps out wide there.
That was my fault because I said it's going to be worth 2. Yeah, sick round from Derek and Jorgamo. They really played off each other well here. Jorgamo won the important kill. This one coming up, I think.
Massive pressure on the NRG camp. EG all smiles on their side as we ended the half even. They know it's an attack-sided map. Their comp has so many ults to work with.
Feeling all the more likely, isn't it? We're creeping closer. But over on the LATAM broadcast, we'll try it. Spoke with Potter about how she motivates her team. Check this one out.
I had a lot of one-on-ones after we got destroyed by crew with each of the players. And in my conversations with them, I asked them, if we were playing basketball right now and Shaq was on the other side, it's Shaq over there. Do you see yourself as like a tiny kid on the court trying to play basketball versus Shaq, or are you a huge like Shaq is, right? And they all said they were like a small, you know, they were scrappy, David and Goliath, but they were gonna come back and everyone's gonna respect them for fighting again, right? Even though they're small. And I said, I don't see you like that. I don't think anyone else sees you like that. You're Shaq, you're just as big as this. Wow. He's just been in the league for a little bit longer, right? So you have just as many tools as these guys. And that's been the thing for this squad is they're so talented, all of them, so talented, but just the confidence.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's so out of pocket.
That's cool.
Analogy while you're talking to somebody who's 2 foot shorter than you. It's so out of pocket.
Oh, Dan, man.
No, that's a wonderful interview, and Dan does fantastic interviews over on the LATAM broadcast. And I love the way that Potter's talking about that, because I think a lot of coaches would lean into the scrappy underdog mentality to try to feed into that feeling of, I'm going to come back, people are going to respect me. But instead, Potter's telling them that that concept of even people being favored against them is wrong. That they're thinking about the David Goliath situation incorrectly. That, I mean, and she proved it last year.
Oh yeah,
with that EG team. And yes, this year around, I think there's less raw talent in the server for Evil Geniuses to work with. They don't have that Demon One. They don't have Ethan, who's got such a storied career. But they've still got super heavy hitters in certain roles.
They're still doing good things. Yeah.
Apot's been fantastic over the last few matches as well.
Even to the level that it's at now, I think it's impressive.
Got in the clutch since he's left
even without whatever they do in the rest of the year, I still think it's impressive.
Derek and a whole load of these players, and of course, you can't count out the blueprint. Potter's been providing it. The key to victory for EG.
4 ghosts against 3 classic
ideas,
armors.
Bringing it into the mix.
And is the BC pinch?
Going toe to toe with a team like NRG.
Oh, it's like
rough around the edges.
The Dizzy goes up its spots and then they 2-person with a stun, so like 3-person with 1 person watching behind.
Whatsoever on the defense. They've just got that trip.
I mean, it's good info.
I think that's to clear the way.
Yeah, it's good info.
But he's just trying to get height so he can clear mount. That's a
does actually look like they might want to
what protocol happens
take this, but yeah.
Nature opens the door.
Yeah, here we go.
Does NRG abandon their setup?
Triple faced up, Ape off. Oh, it could be under some immense pressure here.
Cage. Oh, okay, don't cage when you got the rest of your team there. It wasn't even looking at the minimap, it was looking at just him. Holy. This might be their first pistol, right?
Lovely dismantling of that pistol round strat by EG. They knew something was up. They held their ground, waited to bait out the response from NRG. Now they've got a 5v2 advantage.
I threw Ethan wants to go fast with this one. Aftershock. Even a flash. Connecting but vulnerable to Ethan. It's back to all of them. It's the only chances for NRG into
on the easier side, and they have pistol rounds.
These are the kind of pistol rounds, by the way, where NRG will be so happy to take those kind of raw fights. They'll just think of themselves as better because they've achieved more in the past. Whoa!
Yeah, just getting flashbacks to the Ascent 2v4.
But like that fight out of B main, where it's just a straight up fight. Even the fault line trying to.
Yeah, I mean, NRG just have. It looks like they just have a protocol in terms of like if the Dizzy doesn't hit, we then just 3-person swing this. And the Dizzy didn't hit, it might have got shot honestly, and then.
Really tough. They win fights there.
Yeah, you see that kind of discipline being instilled by a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, they've had so many people here.
Through scrims, but they've tried to go through similar plays and they've been punished like NRG here.
The problem is when you swing out a B like that, they can be on either side of the choke point. It's not so much further back.
It's not a favourite fight for NRG to take.
It's not.
It did get shot,
yeah. I think they will just favour the fact that they feel like they're better.
It was from far back. They could at least hit that.
You know, with them pound for pound today, and with better game plans, I think.
In terms of the pistol, 3-1. Obviously, this map 1-1.
Difference in the round.
I still can't believe they got a double pistol in 6 rounds.
Players like Jorgamo looking to flex that advantage, take an ult orb, get in the face of the NRG players.
A lot of concerns, I think, of potentials for a trap play, especially when they've got the Cypher, the fault line availability. Breach does allow you to just sync up a lot of the utility.
Yeah, Marv can create threats around the map just by putting his cam or trips in weird spots.
Yeah, they create a lot of pressure with this one. We pick up the orb and obviously Fade-Eye. Fade-Eye cleared all the site, and then we had Boombot to clear close as well.
The front part of C out. They've allowed NRG to stack it.
And here's the fault line. Nade into the back, slow down, TP, disengage in a way. Jorgamo, his chances here that he could fall, especially with this cage in his face. It's an awkward fight, but they're going to be overwhelming his position. Spraying!
Dude, it's literally the pass, and they wanted to get all the kills as well. It's so good.
Precisely the target you don't want those kills on. Jorgamo, this guy, it's not just the confidence that he's feeling right now, but he's earned himself up to a big ult.
That's going to be something that now NRG have to keep in the back of their minds. Or the forefront of their minds, really, and come up with a strategy on
with the def, he gets his ult.
Can they force it out early? By putting the squeeze onto Jorg somewhere. Apoth also just walked through there on B, so that's another gap that NRG need to keep their eyes on too. Getting stressed around the map.
Insta-stun, aggro over towards A. I mean, it
should be really difficult for EG to take.
Comp's good at taking A control. That's for sure.
Over it early round. So EG are probably just going to do what they're doing here. Take C early on, and then re-clear A if they need to.
And this is where the meta's been trending on Lotus these days. Not too much fighting on the attack side. Out towards Rubble. Usually a later re-clear.
Hello, Marv.
Okay.
He saw where that was going for. He knew it was aimed towards.
I think he didn't realize that it was as deep as it was.
I think possibly he thought that it was just for back pillar instead of towards spawn. And there's Apoth early. First 40 seconds breaking that trip. That's going to keep somebody.
The heavy rotate coming in right now. We've got 50, and Nature's starting to prod over towards A, so could call them back. They can't find any trips close.
And you can still do work here. They've stacked this one with the appropriate amount of players. And with
straight up over the trip. I mean, he's still done alright here. They have a camera. They're clear that no one else is going in. Okay, then they see 2 extra. They kill the camera, but he did see 3 people over towards site. Fast Flood goes in with the flash.
Goop all over the place. NRG, they have the foothold. Surely, just need to land these shots.
Bro, keep an eye on the Cypher. Okay, they know about him. Big kill. That's such a big kill. It's probably the round.
He's just catching those late lurks. Demon 1, leave it to him. A 1v3. He's got to worry about the flank. He's got to be worrying about his hard anchoring positions of these players. Tucked in every single position. That's nice, though. Snappy. 6 bullets. Down to just 3. 33 health as well.
And
making it just so damn unlikely. Nature, yeah, one bullet.
Really
straight
cool.
to the cranium.
Really cool.
6 EG have all the momentum behind them now.
It's so impressive what Jorgamo does, though.
On the lurks again.
It's so impressive, man.
Cams into B, the cam doesn't get broken, sets him up for
JB, thank you so much, man. JB2 with the Prime, and Balaka as well with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 3 months, man. Appreciate you both.
Because they're worried about him. And allows the rest of his squad to get in, still manages to find the pick.
Jorg is the Jing of NA. I kind of like that. It's true.
1-2 punch of Jorg at the front and
So those two definitely are like have the best raise on this map. His raise and champs on this map was, I mean, like honestly both of theirs, but Jorgamo's raise on this map was so impressive. I learned so much when I watched it back. He had by far the best raise I've seen on this map, and Jing has a like insanely high level on.
NRG, I mean, yeah, you're on the half bar, you got to make some moves towards something, but again, you're never really going to be favored trying to take that fight.
No, it's so easy for the player to just tuck into this corner and then set up multiple people kind of facing you from both sides. It's really rare we see the defenders win those fights. But it's the desperation from NRG. They're now walking back out, but they're
What's the top 3 coach of all time? Yeah, dude, as long as Minnie's not in that list, I don't mind who you put up there.
We'll see.
But honestly, yeah, she's a beast, man. She's so good.
Just trying to create that pressure, noise cues and sounds. Apop stunned up, just can't quite do it. These kills, yeah, flooding in the direction this time of NRG. Let's see if they can do a bit more damage.
Victor's been anticipated.
And Nature, it's already fast forwards. Victor, strip the head clean off. Kill feed filled up.
A nice setup still, but HP on Derek's 5.
His time alongside Marv, forwards
Okay,
here.
well.
With Derek on such low HP, that is a necessary round
Money,
for NRG.
loads of it.
Finally, the big name players on NRG showing why they should be respected.
I mean, dude, I'm enjoying a lot of the timing stuff recently, though.
But they still couldn't stop him.
Timeouts are pretty good recently.
On his stairs push.
I know we don't normally say that, but they were definitely lacking beforehand.
But the combo of the fault line there and some great shots being hit. Giving NRG the round.
Tommy's a brand new man. Yeah, he's put on the
Imagine
jersey.
Get the confidence back up for these NRG players.
Jersey changed
It's a
him.
lifeline for them.
Yeah.
All right, now we really got to
looks like
focus
NRG
because
might
this
wanna
is
dominate
such a
mount
massive
control again,
round,
potentially
especially with
to get
the
the ult
econ
onto one of
reset
these
that could
players,
potentially
maybe
be
Victor.
here.
I think this is going to be an enormous clash.
See them facing.
Yeah, and
Break the
Victor
horn,
would
though, TP
love
across.
this ult. Victor
Get
would
through
love
this
this
initial
orb
smoke,
over
though.
here.
It's a hard ask.
I think this is one of those spots, honestly, where EG could try to use a better smoke from Superman. That one way is not finding value, but they're going to Nightfall instead.
Nightfall.
It's 3.
Since flying here with a paranoia and a nade.
Orban flash as well, nade. Jorgamo kills Victor. Wait, did he ult behind him? Did he ult literally behind him? Oh my god, that was nuts. Oh my goodness, this was so sick. Dude, and it almost looked like he got blocked and he thought it was the wall at one point. Dude, I would love to see both of the, I would love to see both of their POVs here, man. This is nuts. Yeah, that was a sick combo.
That is sick. That is.
Yeah,
is
I mean
so
we've seen a
good.
couple
I
of
mean,
them,
we've
but
seen
this
teams
was
rip those kind
this
of
was one of
ideas
the
before.
yeah, this was one of the
That
better
could not
ones.
have been timed more perfectly because EG,
Yeah.
I mean, NRG were all in on that mound control, and the evil geniuses.
Dude, what a round!
genius back in the
What a
day.
round to
Love
do
that.
this. The big round that 2 people now can't buy.
See it again. Surely gonna be catching
This
it.
was
I mean,
nuts as well, bro. He landed so fast. His movement is so good.
Just sticking a TV behind your eye and a nightfall just. And you cut away all those senses.
It might seem like a small thing, but the fact you can't hear the blast pack.
He's like
actually
swinging
means
with
that
him.
these NRG players had such bad crosshair placement for Jorg's peak. Normally, you hear a blast pack and you're like, all right, I'll start aiming upwards towards where you're anticipating.
Dude, that was a
seeing him.
sick
There's
round.
no audio cue, so he just kind of appears out of nowhere on a weird angle.
You're just forced to react. NRG last time out for them. Pulled out. Of course it's going to be pulled out here. I mean, they've got their backs against the wall. This is an EG that are just let loose right now. The synergy's there. They're calling really good macro plays across the map, making sure that the reclear's there as well. I mean,
Once
you
he
just
heard
see
it was
the way they
3, the
take that
TP
fight,
was
knowing
just
that
great,
Mound
man.
is compromised. And I'm not sure if I feel like that can't even be pre.
I'm still impressed with how the Juggernaut satchel there. Like an insta land. It's so
heavy fight over mound.
He's like instantly accurate as soon as he's touching up there.
They know that mound setup has been happening in previous rounds.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, oh well, we can own this.
I was basing it off of Potter's disbelief, but
yeah, possibly.
It could have been.
Certainly, either way, an excellent round. And the pressure very firmly in the NRG camp. They've got bad weaponry, but they're forcing into it. I mean, down to 300 credits on Crashy's, Marved, and
Wait, they
Demon
force
One.
this?
This is,
Relying
oh
on
my
the
god,
odds
they're
to get
so
them across
all
the
in.
line.
A backbreaker if it doesn't work.
Wait,
really
they're so all in.
investment.
Surely you guys can just accept
They're going to
11.
be winning out this initial fight and battle out towards Rubble. Just the nature of their composition. It's going to be able to take that space. Victor also has the showstopper. He could choose to get even more aggressive. Thrash. Nature was waiting for it. He will apply it as well, just got to retreat.
You know, there's a good amount of people here because they would have
fairly
wanted to
happy
follow
here
it.
drive EG into
And you
Marv's
could
setup.
I could instantly
And
see
Demon
a
One was
hit
looking
over
early
towards
round
C
to
if
try
you
to
wanted
catch this
to.
contact from Apoth. Apoth's
Would have
been
had to have
slow
been
with it,
about
but now
5
it's gonna be
seconds
walking
ago
into
though.
Demon One and Victor.
Well,
Demon One is
guess
fast
that's
on the trigger.
I guess that's why.
I mean, you got to give it to him.
Guess that's why we're
Sky,
forcing
still
into it.
precise,
Lovely shot.
Crouched up, locking down that one sight line. The play is forced out.
Does
of
he
them.
always
A lot
dodge
of
the
tricks to
trips?
deal with. Orbital strike as well. Stun
Oh
connecting,
my
rocket, let
god.
loose on either side. But it's only that even fight taken. NRG, it is that full investment. They got to come up with a win
Okay,
here. They're calling a pause now into
3v4
this round, letting
though.
it
Molly
loose.
goes out, still got 30
Jordan
seconds. They get a
Molly
lot of util out
also
of that tap.
forwards
Do
here.
they
That's
want to
good
pivot?
Denial of the plant utility.
Problem is the
and NRG are going to be set up here to go
cameras.
for either a flood or a set retake with the Thrash.
Camera's still here.
This is tough, but they're still worried about a flank occurring.
Yeah.
And it is
The
tough,
touching
isn't it?
the
With
door
only
is good, right?
17
Because this
seconds
guy
remaining
has to
into
go
this
back
round. Here,
and
jump spot of
start
Derek will
focusing here.
Get the acknowledgement that there's a player holding his position up towards heaven. Thrash needs to be broken, detained. It
Oh,
catches.
that's the cue.
Now kills need to be found on the EG side here, but for NRG, they're feeling it.
Hey,
Blood in the
Nature gets
water.
out of there though.
They're making their way all the way forwards. The bait and switch, and the rifles singing
that's too
true,
much.
landing onto
Okay.
all the targets, every single mark.
It's a nice attempt though. Really nice shot from Demon One to kind of
That was the
start
round
all
that
of this.
NRG had to win.
Yeah, this was
They've
so
invested
all in
it
into this round.
so heavily and had those ults to get them across the line. Great shot by Demon One. Still on Brimstone, allowing his aim to work for him. Perfect crosshair placement. And then this, the orbital strike, the molly with the aftershock. Enemy down. Made it almost impossible for EG, despite the fact that Jorg just bounced across and over both of those trips that Marv had waiting. Here we go. We haven't seen EG try to aggressively take Rubble in the early round before. I think they're
going to be running into a roll in front
Oh,
of
man.
them. Yeah, I mean, Ethan's holding at least some form of the util. It's just a fault line for now.
I don't really see how EG
They have been
could take
investing
this
less
early round.
util though. Over towards her.
I guess they were just hoping that NRG would look for something else. This is so
I mean,
deep.
trying to push out a B as well at the same time.
Yeah,
There's so
it's a
many angles to
straight
account
up.
for. They're contacting back up through
Yeah, I
this.
like the fact that these
Demon
three
One,
are
he's
walking,
overextended his
but-
hand. It's feeling like he has to make a play off of this one now for NRG. Them two feeling it. What
Honestly,
a call
pretty
to
cool.
make.
Just a lot of
Direct
distraction
pauses
over
into the
towards
moment,
here.
playing
3
off the
pass and
flashes.
walk up. Not bad.
Overwhelming the EG positions. Everybody was blinded up.
Flash
That
on
takes
top of this
guts
into
to
the
call for
corner.
that play. When all of their pushes out through B main have failed up until that point.
That's also true, yeah.
From the pistol through to this round. The coordination
Yeah, I mean, it's
there
a
from
new
NRG
one.
after they took the pause was
Uh-oh.
looking good, but Derek's going to try to fire back. How could he possibly isolate the ones, though?
Yeah, I mean, they're all grouped.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna get. I thought he was gonna get it at one point.
I want to see that round on the replay, though. NRG, they took a pause
Yeah,
in the
this
middle
is
of
pretty
that
cool, man.
because they didn't find the angles.
Looked a little bit
immediately.
mental when they first originally
EG
put the
were playing
ult
behind
into it.
cover. And then they accelerated a second time. There was a second phase of util. And that dizzy with the
That
flash.
flash, though, yeah, this was the main thing.
Man,
The
that was powerful.
breach flash
'Cause
here
there it is,
into the
that
dizzy
second
flash, like
breach flash that comes through.
that was cool.
Comboed with the dizzy. Beautiful second
Yeah, this comp is
wave of
just so
aggression
good
from
at just
NRG.
getting aggro.
That's something they've been missing before. You do have to be very all in, though, to make a play like that work.
It has knocked EG though. Wicked guns. Jorgamo the only one with the rifle. Side by side, though. Nade will clear
The
this.
first time where EG have had a lot of A control early, though.
There was a trip there as well.
And they started to note less and less that
EG have got some players deep over towards A. This is
just
one of
less
the only
util
rounds
dump in this
that I can
area.
remember
Good for them to
where
start getting
NRG
out
did
here.
not start with that heavy rubble pressure.
Yeah.
So EG already reading into that, knowing that something's very different. I think they've probably got a great idea that this is just the Cypher on A.
Yeah, they spot the trip here and
Broken,
they...
tree taken.
Especially with the Prowler. Haven't broke the cam, though. So Marv's going to get that. I mean, really just solid information. Still
This camera
hold on
is
to this one.
pretty
He doesn't
sick.
fire the dart. Doesn't want them to even
Yeah,
check into this
still the
position. And now
numbers.
finally reveals the position of it. Drops it down.
Still camera
A lot
up.
of util here, flying forwards here for NRG seeking to disrupt again. They haven't broken this cam. It's got another go of
I
things
mean,
here
the
with
only
time,
person
but
that can
finally
kind of win
plan
this is
forwards.
Jogamo.
Rifle's got to do work. Aftershock, push the nature
And he
wide.
goes
Jogamo
down.
falls, and he was the one who really was going to be supplying that danger. No util, spamming away into the smokes.
And 10,
Clean
breaking a
around by
timeout.
NRG. So, nice
Feels like a
now,
timeout.
flawless.
In some convincing
10 to
rounds
10.
at the moment.
NRG have done such an excellent job at pulling things back level here on EG's map pick, a map that we haven't seen from NRG all year, and they've forced a tactical timeout from Potter. They really didn't know where that cam was from Marv. They had a great idea that it was only marked on the site.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't figure
Ooh,
it out.
man.
Looking like the middle of London, just CCTV footage everywhere.
All right.
Let's force the timeout from Evil Geniuses. Like you said, Josh, I mean, time for Potter to really work out what's
Doombro's
going
still
wrong.
here.
Yeah, EG do not
Doombro's
have
still
any
in
of those
chat.
big ults to try to start a snowball. So they're going to have to do it with their own wits.
Have you, Doombros, have you ever tried in practice?
They might have a good read.
This is probably a little bit
Mark is
cooked.
often playing
But
alone with
I
his
know your
suppressor.
A hold's pretty good, but you know that
So
you
if
do the
Jordan
breach
gets
stun.
past the utility
You ever
and
hold
get an early
heard
plant down,
ever
the
tried like
problem with
having
that
a guy
game
at
plan
tree
is,
with a stim
by the
pack
time
and
you
then
get in position to
you
plant,
just
normally
Odin
some of the NRG players have rotated over
Odin
and they
throw
have
him a stim pack,
denial util,
stun.
aftershock,
People even
volley,
get out
nade,
if you do
something
that.
like that. So it's tough to make a fast
It might be a
hit
waste of
into
the stim
Cypher
pack.
really work.
You ever tried it in practice? I feel like
Take a look at the
it
highlights
would
of this
just
round one more time.
annihilate people.
We're about to go straight into the next. 10-10.
Like this, just throw a stim pack for someone else. Odin
Rubble
down
fight
here,
again,
stun.
And this time, EG are going to be lucky.
Odin's
in that
pretty legit.
NRG are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
I think the stim pack is a bit too much, bro. That thing shoots crazy fast. These guys would be insta-dead.
Stack on Rubble.
Can't say too much because you have a
I
match
wouldn't
soon.
be
Oh,
surprised
okay.
to see EG just run it straight into Marv as soon as they realize there's no stun.
A lot of ground to cover.
They're like, right, okay, this is the same setup from the last round, I think.
Realizing there's no pushback. This time Cam in a different position here from Marv. Door. The Prowler.
Yeah, you can see with the way that they're taking this, they are not worried
A
about
lot.
anybody
This is one of my
leaving.
favorite
They know
setups,
this
man.
is
Oh, dude, there's a
only
much better
Marv
cam you can
probably
do than
retake
this,
setup.
surely. You can do one that's really high up that you
And
can't
the
see.
Prowler as well, connecting onto the trip. That's going to get them signs of life they needed. Still, Cam seeing it. Superman with the plant. Nades. Forwards.
Whoa, whoa,
This
whoa,
is
who's this
Victor.
sending
It's
it?
been sent flying.
Damn.
Trebuchet right into the sight. It's NRG
Hey.
now, not messing around with the pit.
Pretty
Going
good
to be covering this
plan.
one into the post. He's going to be stretching
I mean,
far
this
and
is a nice
Aftershock.
plan. This is
Decent
a nice plan.
hesitancy in
It's
terms
over
of which
forwards here,
part
so
of
they
his
need to
utility
fight
to
here.
really
And that
utilize
all
in this
goes into
moment.
it as well, so you
Satchel's
can't
pushing
defuse
the
this
back and
unless you
away.
start tanking
Crashes
damage.
onto the
So it's
defuse.
really easy
Anything
to
stop
spam.
this.
Did they
Anything
hear?
to stop
They
this.
hear
The
us?
gunfight's won.
Oh my
It's
god,
all
dude, they
wrapped
didn't
up.
hear the defuse, maybe. Because we
Everyone
did
from
not
EG
really spam
decided
it.
to take the fight outside of the pit,
Yeah.
looking to try to stop NRG from flooding around.
What happened with the util?
Just no ability to stop.
I guess there was a
Sure,
double
coming
flash
through it all.
combo
You
that
got
I
a pill on
missed
that.
at one
Surely
point
First tap, you put a snake by.
as well.
I don't know what happened.
They had to have all
entirely.
been blind at one point.
With nature to be distracted, but it's that flood attempt.
Sick from Victor. It really has been good
Oh, yeah,
watching him
the-
play Raze.
I mean, it
He's
looks
up on
like the
top of
breach
scoreboard,
flash was
but it's
nice.
more the space that he's been
Yeah,
taking
honestly, respect.
and the comfort with his movement.
Goes down to an eco,
Again,
so looking
NRG
like
are not
10-12.
fighting for Rubble, and EG are just walking this one through. You know, they're very confident here to just allow them to run into Marv's setup and play the A retake.
Marv will do enough to at least delay.
The cams have been rotated every single round.
Always in a different spot. Sees it again, he knows it.
Peekaboo.
Cam not going to be broken. Laid up towards heaven, stops anybody from pushing back out to it. There was a snake bite as well to try and get that safe plant. Superman just being disrupted. Pecked to pieces there by the Cam, and again another flood attempt right when the plant isn't even going down here. It's Superman who falls into that tree angle. Still need to deal with Pit, and there's really no protocols right now for EG.
Derek?
Don't really have the guns for it. Gonna try and take it here. Raw mechanical
a lot
ability.
of damage,
Derek's
yeah.
position is so damn
Hey, that's pretty cool.
tenuous. Repositions for
It's unlucky, man.
Not finding it. Jorgmo with the
Yeah,
rocket
big kill.
Flying, Ethan found. No stun connection. Jorgmo's still there, but now flushed out into the open once more.
Demon One has
the
all.
nades are good and the util better. NRG this time gaining that ground, scaling forwards. 8-pop, trying to get cheeky with it. Nature swings. Orbital strike, but Demon One sticking. It's cleared out the position. 7 bullets. 3 left. Demon One with a tap. Half already earned.
3 bullets.
Nature.
Oh, such a big round, bro. Lovely 1v2 from him.
Clutch from EG.
Yeah, what a big round to pull out.
Keeping this one tied up at 11-11.
This is an absolute game, man. It's been sick.
I felt like
I'm
there
really
were
good.
opportunities for Demon One to use that orbital strike way earlier in the round. And there was players fighting over towards Pit, instead using it late, wanting to keep his rifle out earlier on, and he took half as Victor was just dashing back and
Yeah,
forth.
dude, he
to try
just
to
knew he
find
was
the
never going
time.
to
It
stick
odds
this, I
nature.
felt like.
Couldn't get it. Big 1v2 for the caller of EG. And this time, EG are going to mix it up. They're not taking that free space towards rubble.
So looking to try and fight over Mound this time. I mean, Jorgmo, this level of aggression is ridiculous.
Using the Haunt, using the Prowler to realize that Mound was not being heavily contested for. I think there's chances that you could go for like a re-clear strategy here from NRG perhaps, but you don't have the paranoia to work with. Nature is also just getting free space. I think he's got the read here, that as long as you're on the opposite side of the map to where Victor and
I mean,
the stun is playing,
if there's no
you can
nades.
just take a ton of map control for free.
But are they not stunning this at the beginning when Cypher plays A? They must be.
Making moves over towards the A side again. NRG going to be tested with the flood. Fighting forwards. This Nightfall though, it's been problems for them in the past. Apop is making full work of it.
Yeah, and
He's
they want to
full
get
sprint
out of
behind
there
him
from
in
tree.
entertainment.
Oh
Slight
boy,
catch and
only hit
collision.
one though.
At least with the rocket, Victor brings him down.
Meanwhile,
but
they
it's
lose
been
over
the pivot
towards it.
all
There's
along.
no
Superman
way the Demon One
takes it all
defends
out
this,
there.
right?
We are fighting forwards. Jorgmo seeing it.
Demon One's a
Kills
lunatic.
are collected. Crossfire setups with all of these rifles. Victor stands his ground, keeps his cool, avoiding the damage, but cannot win the fight out. For Crashies now, all leaving it to Marv. Iceman in the clutch, but this is a little bit too much.
Yeah, this is way too much. Dude,
These post-plant positions.
Demon One has to
impossible
stay alive
to
there.
dislodge GG from it. This is going to be them up to 12. Inevitable at this point. Little bit scrappy, little bit messy.
One chance
But
to
EG will be
2-0
happy.
them.
The job is getting done.
One round away from closing out their match against NRG 2-0. Phenomenal resurgence from this Evil Geniuses squad. I would say unthinkable, except it happened last year. It did.
Yeah.
With a totally different team, bar Jorgmo and Potter. But damn if it's not giving the same kind of vibes.
Firing on all cylinders. All the pieces towards EG. I mean, kind of swinging and playing off
Right,
each
one.
other. Impeccable work.
One of the last ones are done.
This is it for NRG.
Not as bad as the other one
They've
you
got to
guys
try and
have, though.
force it to OT for a chance into the series.
So this round, you see the stun happening over towards A.
Over the top though, this time Demon One anticipating it. That satchel play of Jorgmo.
Oh, 12
Getting the same
HP to
value.
get out.
This time, no Nightfall to try to disguise it.
Double
kill
trip. Dude, is
setups.
Apoth
You
just
can
going to try
play
walk in?
from
I
on
don't
top
blame
of
him for this.
Angle Apoth trying to work his way into B. He's been demonic on these lurk timings.
Flash, dodged out. Lovely with the aim and
Oh.
a reset, but a bit of
Oh.
a bait and switch. Crashies doesn't alert himself to his
Wait, but they
presence.
get so
Finally
much info.
swings
Now they walk
for
over
the
towards
kill.
C. They should know there's a
Mark
camera
setup's
here.
been broken over
The
towards
camera
C
for
and
retake.
EG
They get
are
a
in.
good plant.
3v4 to close things out and win the series.
Wait, that's
all the
massive.
way to
What kind
OT,
of
Marv.
vision block we
Full
got?
wrap around here, seeking to clear out these positions.
One
Yeah,
smoke.
just waiting for the body. Neuro theft now. Give them the information they were looking for, but again, it's that mound plan. Marv's position here is essential. He needs either kills or distraction, enough to try and get NRG in. They have taken that space out towards the site. Victor is hard pressed though. Wingman onto this plan as well, not being broken. It's a lovely smoke to cut up these angles.
Hey,
And it's
lovely though. They played this pretty well.
placed. Perfection
Yeah.
in the making here for NRG.
I think
The
Marv
way they
played
played
great
that
over
one in the
towards
retake,
door
I
as well.
gotta
It's
say.
creating a lot of
Yeah,
pressure here.
firm understanding of how
Smoke
they're
to
gonna
block
win
the
it.
vision, so they have to go out
This
into the
map has
open
been
as well.
so back and
And that makes way more sense than
forth.
smoking the
Any
spike
team
here
could
as
come out
well.
with a victory here in overtime.
Yeah.
Such a strange comp that we're seeing from NRG. but finding value with it.
I love the way that Team 1 plays that. He knows that they planned it for Mount, so he smokes off the position.
Yeah, it's cool.
It forces EG out into the open in that
Don't want to
final
take that
moment.
headshot pause.
And they swing together. Beautiful stuff. And we're heading into overtime, 12-12. The sides are going to flip. EG defending. This one was a 6-6 half. It was dead even on the
Nothing
both.
crazy for the buy. What I mean, EG just go
NRG were
aggro A, it
struggling
looks
on the
like.
attack side. It's the ultimates really that got them over.
They're gonna get
the line in a lot of
pretty much free.
situations,
Just
or
Boombot's not gonna
good
hit
plays.
anyone. Omen can just hold this, picking up the orb and Jorgamo as well
Give us the
too.
same level of consistency.
They're starting off with that macro idea, NRG, that I thought was their best one, which is that Victor and Marv go forwards. They're trying to make sure that they still have presence here when Derek tries to re-clear it. Insert Marv, go and take some mound, and you can even re-hit A in the late here, if you need to.
It's all being slowed down now. Again, minute in the round. First one of OT.
Yeah, that's pretty
Horn
good
getting
info though.
EG seeing that tag onto 2 of the players.
Yeah, and both of the prowlers are gone
Marv
now.
this time, the Prowler catching onto him.
Yeah, I think
Be able to get the same play going.
I think this is a really good timing now to head towards A if Demon 1 hasn't seen anything. They're going to leave Victor over here just for a moment. I mean, if he throws a nade or something, well, they're going to B. They've pulled people over towards C and B. and they're
I mean,
gonna
this
end B.
aggro cam gets a lot of info though. That's a huge combo. Yeah, and he's just stuck because of the C's. And then they're pushing out towards A, 20 seconds. This guy's going to hear them all running. Does he just tuck in? Yes, he does. Omen flashes are going to be incredible as well. Does he TP? Doesn't even need to. Jogmo's just swings with it. Hey, that was really nice.
And there it is. 13-12. Once more they find themselves.
Shout out. Dude, Derek's timing with the C's though.
NRG was so close to cooking up a good
Doing
round
really
there.
good.
And they dragged 2 players C, 2 players B, and they tried to hit B.
Yeah.
Just forced to make a
They definitely should have
scramble
gone out
over
A
through
after
rubble
this.
in the late round where EG already had the read of what was happening. Similar stuff, the time
I guess the
being
camera doesn't see,
Ethan's
but
biggest enemy, IGLing.
Oh yeah.
Just a bit too readable on where they were finishing. Lovely C's name combo to separate Victor from the rest of the team. EG reading them like a book.
whose
Attack
timeout is
side
this?
for evil geniuses. The biggest thing
Oda
you can
wants to
take away
finish
from
it?
EG's
Alright.
attack, they were getting the sights.
Yeah.
They were just getting pressured, and then NRG would set up and flood defend. So if EG can come
Was
up
the
with
tell for the
ideas in
C's
post
just
plan, or can try
the
to
camera deep in the time?
run some kind of fake even, actually, because NRG were fairly quick to bite on what was happening.
Could be options available. This NRG taking a timeout, of course, but EG are going to be able to
Oh,
utilize
NRG
it.
taking a timeout.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
For sure.
You're right, they have been getting into that post-plan scenario, usually the plan going down.
It
The
gets
trouble is with
scary when
NRG's
you give
comp as well, they have
someone
a-
else timeout
an
as well
abundance
here,
of
but
resources
must
when
have a
it
good
comes
read, hopefully.
to util that they can use to disrupt, either to stop the plan going down in the first place or just for the retake. We've seen it being so damn good for EG. They could choose to take it into a different direction once they get into the plant, maybe an aggressive post-plan,
And
instead of hanging all the way back.
EG have been gambling a little bit at the start of the rounds. They'll try to take some rubble control until they hit the fault line, and then they get an idea that it's a 3-player stack. So you see everybody bunched up as if there's going to be a rubble fight here, but I would expect EG to just back off as soon as they get stunned. Oh, the stun is held.
Yeah, just waited, delayed. I think this is a good call here. Now Ethan's going to let it rip alongside some util, potentially no. No noise cues, nade, forwards, Nature playing inside of his own orb. Horn sent
Into
flying,
the
so they know
corner,
that
though.
nobody's there, has cleared out rubble
Rouse
control.
goes out. Look at these guys on B. They have walked in.
There's a level of that awareness that they know that it's going to be compromised, but they're going to be ready onto the
How on earth does he win that?
He lets it loose with the
They at least get the
fire.
info from this other guy. They have no idea Jogamo's heaven, but he gets...
Backs against it, satchel away, Ethan collects it.
I was gonna say he gets
3v3
traded
though,
and
as things calm
it got a
down,
little
EG
bit
are
weird.
locked out of the B site. Nature has space, repositions
I mean, he's
the
got
orb to try
full
to open
space
this
on
avenue
this.
for the rest of his team. But it's going to be a little slow before Superman and Derek can get here. And Nature's trying to make it as safe as possible, but he can't cover everywhere at once. And these NRG players are sneaking through to heaven.
They're already there onto the side, the silent drop down of Victor. in position, ready to strike. Ethan, util at hand, fault line forwards with the satchel, didn't connect with the stun, matters not. Still
Oh
with the
man,
kills.
lovely little
The
pre-fire
flash
on
force
that.
to be dodged. Derek, he can't set his crosshairs onto the likely target. Nature is here to do so much more, but there's no easy options. Lovely movement.
It again,
An
shot.
amazing synergy between Victor and Ethan there. Ethan stuns, Victor capitalizes. Yes, it didn't land, but it's still that pressure. And then a flash, just connected, really well connected in terms of how they want to play off each other. This isn't the duo.
That dink there
This is
was
connecting the parts
insane
from Evil
before he goes
Geniuses and
corner.
Optic, you know, that NRG core, to try to form them into this one squad. Love the way that those two are playing.
Careful there.
All this for NRG, hanging on by a thread. Still in it. They're looking for an extension into the series. Being tested through and through.
Marv maybe looking for this aggressive B timing again. He's broken the trip at front B. And NRG are putting
are we
a
gonna
lot of
punish
pressure
this?
at
Ooh,
the
la.
start of the round.
Yeah, it looks like they want to, but
To the open here. He
yeah,
gets
well,
caught.
felt like the timing of the opening of the door was just fully wrecked them. I imagine NRG did it because the time was so off. Yeah, just as he's throwing the smoke, door open.
This is getting so damn precarious.
This is great though, right? The early camera over towards C's just giving them everything.
But that also means that Ethan doesn't have other options to go back to.
Derek has no util
I mean,
to
Marv
work
is
out if they're
trying to give
still
them an option
indoor
to
or
pivot
not.
in a different direction once the time gets down, because at the moment NRG have no info anywhere else on the map. But Marv's just one man.
Yeah.
Can't gather info all across the rest of the map on his own.
Can't fake the presence, so EG.
Thing is,
Yeah,
just
the
opening the
knowledge
door
surely in the
again
back of
and
their
again
minds.
and again.
Have to worry about the
And they
late
have
work, but they can
this.
keep a lot of bodies.
You wouldn't, if you were trying to fake it, you wouldn't open the door 4 times.
With a dizzy dealt with. Nature instantly there, swinging out wide. Derek seeking it, breaking it apart into pieces. Like a whirlwind, man.
And we'll
EG.
go with it. It felt really weird. I mean, honestly, the camera is the MVP, right? They're trying to pretend that there's only one person here doing it, but I'm telling you, if one person's faking this, they open the door max twice. They open it 4 times with a different person each time trying to get over towards door.
And if they convert, if EG win this game, then the Omega Group guaranteed that
Yeah, what a
playoff
camera
spot.
this was.
A lot of people have been looking. The groups look one-sided, very lopsided. There was a chance that it would be only 1,100 Thieves going through from the Omega Group, but he guaranteed somebody, not guaranteed EG. All right, stun early.
And this is what it comes down to. Jorgamo. I mean, pure disrespect on display. I mean, he's trying to
Yeah,
just
he just wanted to
evade
take
the
this
stun,
straight
trying
up
to match that
jaw.
timing against them.
Yeah, and they haven't gone for anything like that. So I love that they're working things differently in overtime, but it doesn't work. NRG too sharp for that one.
Losing one of the heavy hitters. Again, you're on the precipice. You can find advantage of yourselves, but NRG should be pleased with it for now. Smoke in Victor's face. Fear and
Pivot
paranoia
to
in
B
the back
looks
of his mind
likely.
that they could have taken the A side because there's a lot of utility.
They actually just double prowled all of the
Going
site.
for a pivot into B, it looks like. Me, gonna have that main control. Apoff, in fact,
And
fully
with that,
just
with the
not
vision
looking
block
all
as
the
well,
way
I mean, this
in.
has
It's
been a
just
nice
purely
round
in
from
the
EG.
blind spot of the
And we
camp.
have Derek in the
And he pops
MVP
through,
spot. This
opened up
is
the avenue for
kind of
Superman, who
strong
broke
right
the
now.
camera.
They're worried about just a fast play here, but NRG, they're so slow on the
the
mark.
problem
They're
is it's
even
not
in
the
position
best
to really
palm.
disrupt this one. So Superman now going to be getting that full stick down.
Superman
These
still
moments,
has Omen
Close
Flash.
attention has to be paid, I think, to Derek. He's the one who's going to be holding
Can
this
stop
off
the
angle when
initial
this
flood.
retake
The
occurs.
lot onto Derek as well. He has
If he
no
gets
one
some
to play
kills,
off, so he's just straight up
plays his
individual
life,
on this.
tucks
Oh, okay, I
himself
like
forwards,
Nature's
Nature's
now,
there.
yeah.
Dizzy's broken. Just not really finding any easy finds with the satchel forwards. They have paved the way, at least the direction
got
that
two
NRG
from
can
it.
take this into now
Joe.
into the retake. Apoff inside the cage, winning out his ones, but it's just one man. What can you do? Not a lot. We go again.
NRG's retakes, making sure that they clean up Derek there. There was certainly a chance for Derek to put them through.
Yeah, I think Derek had
If
a
he'd been a little
big chance
cleaner
there.
on
Because
securing those kills.
Nature did such a good
This
job
match might have ended
distracting
already.
and breaking the
And
dizzy.
I don't blame Jorg for trying to find that timing at the start of the round. You've got to remember, we're deep into overtime at this point.
Yeah.
You can't just be sticking to the same game plans you had throughout regulation.
I mean, conditioning be damned. You got to mix it up. The playbook, got to rewrite it or just throw it out.
Watch and learn.
Back and forth, back and forth.
On defense, to take a look at this camera, it's been absolutely ruining NRG.
And a fast fight. There's a stun. At least the
Wait.
connection. Jorgo's way ahead of it though with the C. Still keeping forward. Superman. He's dealt with. Jorgo. He
Wait.
falls.
Wait, really?
And mobbed from behind with a dagger in his hand.
Wait, what's Apoff getting two there?
Doing a decent amount of work, but
And
you
this
need even more than
might
that.
be it. People have been
Feels like
struggling
the
to
first
get
time
the
in
attack.
ages. NRG with this surely setting themselves up now. 1 round ahead, taking the lead in this map. Best opportunity they've really had.
Derek gives away where he's positioned.
Yeah, poor guy.
Kick for it. NRG get themselves up to a map point, 15 to 14. It's been grueling to get themselves up here. Evil geniuses take a tactical timeout, determined to try to answer back and drag us further through overtime.
Pushing to the limits here. I mean, of both teams. And EG went for a similar play. I mean, just actually trying to opt into this rubble fight here.
How does Jorg die there?
It's just back a few.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
stray bullets, I think.
I mean,
Takes a bit of spam and then the boombot.
the
catches him in the side of
boombot
the
just
head.
went the opposite way. The boombot came from
That's a
behind. It's
wild
nuts.
NRG have not been able to close out rounds early like that. EG have never fought them at the start of those rounds on defense. And NRG's composition
Timeout?
really
Okay, that's all the
able to
timeouts
flex
done.
in those rubble fights. EG can't hold on in those big brawls. They've got to play for later on in the round.
And here is where the focus is applied to EG because, you know, as much as it's been back and forth in the OT, it's both of these teams winning these rounds on the defensive side. It's only finally NRG overcoming whatever the obstacle was to get their attack side round. Now they're on the favored defensive half. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. Potter, you can see he's calling up potential masterclass, but it's going to need to be one.
Look at this
Oh,
buy here from Victor.
Yeah, that's pretty much
the
the
glass
first
cannon
time.
operator on a player not really known for doing too much opping. Gonna try to pick this one up and add a different layer into how they're defending towards Mal.
They're going this way, and he has
it's
a,
been Demon One smoke, and then
There's a
stun
personal
behind it,
assistant to
people
destroy
positioned.
the
Are they still
eye,
gonna go for
the
smoke?
tethers. I
That
mean, the
seems
prowess.
really weird to smoke your opera off.
This is bizarre.
They're not. Does EG smell a rat?
Satchels, forwards, paranoia, shot missed! Victor, I think just steadily moving away and Demon One brought down. The spectator seed crashes. Biding, waiting, and what a play he could make.
There's nobody
You
else
replay
coming.
it down, you could even it up. There is no one else coming, but he might just
Hey,
be waiting
chat.
for it
Hey,
entirely.
crowd needs to relax
No
a little bit.
call-outs.
The longer it waits, the more chance for Crashies to potentially mess this one up, and
There
he
it
takes
is.
it.
Does take it. The easy shot finally. So it is 4v4. Victor got a damage done for him, being pressured by that Prowler and now nearsighted, blinded.
He needs to hit
forwards.
one of
Already
these.
taking a space with a seize. Flick to the side. Victor. He's isolated down just to the raw aim aspects, and he's got backup. Arrived in time here. Ahead of the flashes, though. Ethan can't claim the kill. Still, they're falling to pieces. For EG, it all leans and relies on Apoff.
You'd imagine he went
Look at the
waterfall
awareness
there.
of Crashies. He's already ready to contain, already to put a stop to it.
1v3.
And Derek in a 1v3.
Feels like we're going
We've seen
sunset.
clutches from him, but for NRG, that grueling
Yeah,
finish.
nicely done.
right to the
Dude, this was
line.
a sick map though.
They win it out.
This is a sick map.
They earn their extension in the series.
Yeah, that's some cool stuff.
What a game on Lotus.
The attack still looks
We
a
are
little bit
going to
ropey
sunset.
sometimes.
Off the back of NRG being able to pull things